Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Happy Catty Crypto here. So we've got some moody Trudies this morning, don't we? We really have a few grumpy people. When's Binance burning? When's it happening? Have they burnt yet? I've been in a Twitter space. Well, I've been in a few Twitter spaces over the course of the morning. Now, Bull BNB has been speaking a lot about utility, and it's as if someone's been hearing my prayers and has kind of like pretty much splurted out exactly what I stand for and what I move for. But today's all about Binance, right? Today's all about burning. And we expect the burn to be any time between, last night at midnight and tonight at midnight. That is UTC. And we do know we'll be getting a burn report tomorrow as well. So we're definitely going to be getting the burn today. As to how much it's going to be, we really just don't know. But there's a few good things that have kind of been... Now, let me put my phone to one side for this. There's been a few good things, really, that are going to strum up from this. A lot of the exchanges are likely going to follow suit. They're probably waiting to see what the big guns do, see how it pans out for them, and then move accordingly. We do have a lot of exchanges jumping on board with withdrawals and deposits. We're going to go through. I'm going to try and confirm these with my devs and try and get them to query the absolute sheep out of the blockchain, so to speak. Now, my theory has always been there is some sort of weird thing going on with the Binance hot wallet, and everybody knows there to be, some sort of weird underlying something going on with the hot wallet itself. And we know it owns around 30-something% of the circulating supply of LUNACLASSIC is in this wallet, and 20% of USTC, I think a little bit more, 22% is in this wallet. So what I'm going to hope to see, the good thing about what Binance is doing as well, they're not just burning coins, they're buying them and then they're burning them. This is brilliant. This is what all CEXs really should do. And we'll get on to why this is good later on. But we should theoretically see if they're going to buy them, they're likely going to buy them from themselves, right? Exactly. So it's likely going to come from this wallet, which will kind of give us an idea that it's not only just users, but Binance's as well. But it's all to play out. It's kind of something that I've been thinking about. And, Binance lost a lot of money in the capitulation. We all know that. We all know that. Regardless of how they acquired that money, they lost it. And that's going on their end of year, projections and white papers and stuff for their tax man. That's a big hit for any CEX to take, regardless of what kind of CEX you are. It was in the billions. It's a lot of money, like a lot of money. So that's not to say Binance have got some, crazy thing up their sleeve, but it seems like they played the best, marketing stunt, I believe, that I've ever seen for a long time. And they really did, make the most of it, keep the heat on themselves. And Bull BNB was saying this, and Jerry was saying this, and a couple of other people were saying this, is no media attractions necessarily a bad, all media, like negative media attractions, not necessarily bad. It can be used, in both ways, but I'm really excited to see where they get their coins from and where the burn gets sent from. And then obviously to the dev wallet, we'll be able to track it on the money flow. Now let's go over to the, not money flow, but the overall burn counter. And I like using this one if we're doing an overall burn, sort of bringing you up to scratch. Now, as you know, we have the overall burn ticker on the LUNCPenguin's website. But what we can see on this one, as you can see, I'm on last month, and it's just over 1 billion, so it's 1.14 billion. The G stands for a B, which is obviously billions. If we go to this month, obviously we're nearly at 100 million already. But what I'm going to do is go to a custom range. I'm going to select would it be August, September? Yeah, so if we go August 1st to the 31st, apply that, 1.17. So we're pretty much in a burning uptrend, kind of, pretty much. It's like borderline close, but kind of remaining in an uptrend. But it's really good to see that these burns are going through. Now, as you can see on LUNCPenguins, there's been a slight update. We do have a Burnalot, the ticker for the Burnalot initiatives, like I promised you folks, for the hashtag and stuff like that. Sorry it took a little bit longer than normal, but we try not to do too much work on the weekends, especially our devs. They do so much work, and I mean our lead dev does pretty much all of it. The other devs are people that I consult with for other things, and these devs don't necessarily talk to each other too much, but there are a couple of us, and I'm always looking for more developers to join, you know, the HCC tribe. If you're ever interested, looking for a position, they will be paid as well once we get our node up and running. It will be all incorporated into the running cost. And don't forget folks, our node will burn 50% of its revenue, and obviously use the other 50% for the greater good of this community. Now, like I said, don't freak out. I can see last night when it literally, as it hit midnight, nothing happened. Like, people started selling, which is, you know, ridiculous. But people are in this specifically for burning. I see that across the board, and we do realistically need to explain to people there's a psychological barrier with the circulating supply and the total supply, and it's kind of we're limited on our market cap by it. But we shouldn't rely on the burning to get us to where we need to get to, because that's all down to utility use case. And if someone like B&B Ball's saying that, then, you know, it's not just me who's screaming and shouting about this all the time. There's other people, and the drive needs to be 100% on utility use cases, and then the burn tax will flourish. If we provide that, the burn tax will 100% flourish, because it will be creating transactions, as to which those transactions will become part of the burn tax. They become taxable, and then creating more of these events creates more burn events, creating more volume, so on and so forth. Now, what I want to explain to you folks is this Burnalot initiative, right, would have actually probably worked out better if, you know, we done stake a lot initiative and people staked those coins instead. Because the biggest issue being with the Burnalot initiatives, you put the, you know, the kind of the stress on the smaller bag holder, and who's going to profit from that? The whales, right? Exactly. So the idea behind the burn tax is to do it slow and steady, as to not create one huge pump and then one huge dump as all of the big money sells out and moves along to the next coin, so to speak, drains the liquidity out and walks away. That's not what we're here for. It's slow baby steps, in my opinion. It's always been like that. So I hope you enjoyed the video this morning, kind of going over some of the current projects that are out and about. We'll keep pushing on them. And I think I'm going to start holding a Twitter space every Friday night, because I don't really do anything on Friday nights myself. So I was thinking, you know, my back's getting better. I think I'm allowed to drink again. I'm going to speak to my doctor. I'm thinking, you know, some cigars, a couple glasses of whiskey, and have a load of people in a Twitter space, get you guys on, put your hands up, ask questions, and go from there, really. And more podcast episodes coming. We're going to really start pushing on this podcast system we've got going on. I really want to try and get as many different people as we can on. We're going to be having C-Fi on in the future. We're going to be having Jerry and the boys on, like Luna V-Shape, Diamond Hands, people like that, all in one podcast episode as well. It's going to be like a 5-way podcast episode, so that'd be very interesting. The lads have got lots to talk about. They're really supportive of the overall movement, and they understand, you know, the utility use case situation. And we talk about everything from USTC down to, you know, cigars and whiskey. So really cool, guys. Really good future for the LUNACLASSIC coin, with IBC channels possibly getting reopened. This whole, I'm going through the white papers like over and over and over, and I'm looking at these algorithmic fungible tokens, which is what they're calling it now. And really it's all about wording, and because of the way that they're wording it now, I think they're gonna get away with it. And it's kind of like, you know, it's like, for me, it's given me a huge glimmer of hope that possibly, you know what, we could get a stable coin back in play. And, you know, I'm always a believer, and if I see solid data that points me in the right direction, and I'm 100% down to back it. So folks, have a really nice Monday wherever you are. Stay safe. I'm not a financial advisor. Beware of scammers, doppelgangers, anybody pretending to be me. And if you know anyone who's looking for educational videos, send them my way, send them to HCC, send them to our Lunk Basics playlist, and help us help you folks educate other people in the space. We're not like other YouTubers. We genuinely are here to help educate new holders instead of just creating these FOMO kind of holders that don't end up getting, you know, this moonshot they were promised by some crazy YouTuber, and then they walk off angry, never to return to crypto because they lost a load of money because they bought at the top. Folks, stay safe. Lots of scams. Official burn address is at the top on the LUNCPenguin's dashboard. And I'll catch you in the next one. And remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence, do your own research, and spread your delegations if you are delegated, folks. And I will catch you in the next one. Sure.